I saw my uncle pour something into the stew the night my father died. I was 9 years old, sitting quietly in the corner during the feast. My father, Nana, had invited the family over to celebrate a successful cocoa harvest. The house was full of laughter and the smell of palm nut soup. Everyone ate, drank, and joked. But something about Uncle Kwabena didn't feel right. He smiled at everyone, but his eyes kept darting to the kitchen. At one point, he slipped away when no one was looking. I followed him, my bare feet silent on the ground. In the kitchen, I saw him holding a small bottle, pouring its contents into the pot of stew. His hands shook as he did it. My breath caught in my throat. Uncle Kwabena, I whispered. He spun around, startled. His face twisted, and for a moment, I thought he might strike me. But then, he forced a smile. Kofi, he said, his voice too soft, too fake. You scared me. Don't sneak up like that. What are you doing? I asked. Nothing, he said quickly, placing the bottle into his pocket. Go back to the others. I wanted to tell my father, but I didn't. I was too scared. Instead, I went back to the main room and watched as my father ate the stew, laughing and sharing stories. Uncle Kwabena didn't eat much. He just sat there, watching my father with a strange look in his eyes. That night, my father started coughing. By morning, he couldn't leave his bed. 3 days later, he was gone. The village mourned him, saying it was a sudden illness. But I knew the truth. I had seen it with my own eyes, and it haunted me every day after. After my father's death, Uncle Kwabena moved into our home, claiming it was his duty to care for us. He took control of the farm, selling off portions of the land and keeping the profits for himself. My mother, overwhelmed with grief, didn't protest. I remained silent, fear and confusion tying my tongue. Years passed, and I grew into a young man, the weight of my father's death pressing heavily on my conscience. At 18, I left the village for the city, determined to build a life and uncover the truth behind my father's demise. I found work and saved diligently, all the while researching poisons and their effects. When I felt prepared, I returned to the village and approached the elders. With my suspicions, initially skeptical, they agreed to exhume my father's body for examination. The results confirmed the presence of poison. Confronted with the evidence, Uncle Kwabena confessed to his crime, driven by envy and greed. The village banished him, stripping him of the very land he had coveted. I reclaimed my father's farm, working tirelessly to restore it to its former glory. Yet, the memories of betrayal and loss lingered, a constant reminder of the darkness that can reside within family. Even now, as I walk the fields, I sometimes feel the weight of unseen eyes upon me, a chilling reminder that some ghosts never truly fade away.